Moving into Season 1, 2025 of Call of Duty Mobile, once again, we saw a huge list of buffed weapons inside the game. There were a lot of really odd choices this season when it came to the nerfs and buffs, and specifically, we wanted to talk about the Lag 53 here in today's video, a weapon that, when was released, everyone just assumed it was going to be broken because of how good it looked on paper. Turned out that the weapon actually had a very slow bullet velocity and was super difficult to use, so it never really replaced the Odin inside the meta, which everyone thought it would do. But in the newest update, it did receive a major change to the damage profile. Not only did they add in a new damage profile, but they also extended the range of its 2-tap capability. So in today's video, we're going to be testing to see if the damage and range increase help this weapon come into the meta. With that being said, this is the Gunsmith that we're going to be using here inside today's video with the Lag 53, and these are the attribute details. Now, this is the build that I initially came up with, but after using it inside the games today, I think there are a few adjustments you can make to max out the mobility on this gun, as long as you continue to use the XRK Marksman barrel. And the reason for that is, of course, to increase that bullet speed as much as possible here on this weapon. Now, as far as why I'm saying the mobility could be increased on this is a nice build. I feel like this is a very comfortable mid-range spot, but with the current state of COD Mobile being so fast-paced and close-range orientated, with the USS-9 being meta alongside the GKS kind of showing up in some games, you need something that gives you a lot of mobility to slide around, maneuver around, and just kind of be prepared to take unexpected gunfights. So I would say try out this build and then make some adjustments going forward if you want to use the lag. I do think that some mobility on the gun could help it a lot. So game number 1, we got ourselves a match of Shoot House Hardpoint, Lag 53 in hand. It's gonna be my first time using it since the buff, and I've got to say I'm not really too sure what to expect. For this gun, you definitely need to be, okay, well, that's already not a good start, but you definitely need to be precise and accurate. Two things that aren't really my specialty. A lot of people hype me up for having like great aim, and I'm gonna be honest, as far as like top players go, I'm not one that aims very well. Reaction speed, not great. The only thing that I have that really helps me stand out from other players is gonna be my like map awareness. So we'll see what we do throwing the lag in our hand. Right off rip, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really feel too big of a difference at long range, especially with this gun. That was one of the biggest things that it struggled with because of how slow its bullet velocity was. In a meta where everything is about the mobility and how fast you can move around and get kills, I just don't know if having a 2-shot kill weapon is going to be good enough. We have a 3-tap SMG that kills just as fast, if not faster. Definitely with a faster bullet velocity, especially when we're 3-tapping there. In part, that's definitely got to be because of how low I'm aiming, but put up this UAV and see what we can do here with the gun. But at 2-taps, though, it definitely does feel like it's killing faster than anything else in the game. We're going to try to rotate around. It's going to be very difficult to get with this gun. Oh, able to shut down an equalized player. Another one in the back. Another 2. They're both dead. Lined up for the 3-piece. Okay, we got that player. 1 hit. They're dead. At least one more in front of us. We're going to slide out with the L-car. It just seems like the moments where it actually gets the kills, they're kind of overshined by how difficult the gun is to consistently do that. Again, I don't know if that's just a me specific issue. We'll keep doing our best. We got multiple players in front of us. Teammates taking one out. We got one more above us that we gotta be worried about. Currently in the window. They're dead. Oh my. You know, when it hits though, when it hits, that that 50 plus damage per shot, definitely putting in the work. I think this weapon, although it's an assault rifle and a single fire tap one at that, probably one you want to play mad aggressive with. And dude, already on a decent kill streak here. We got ourselves a stealth chopper, one player up top. Yeah, okay, now we're 2-tapping every fight. So it's definitely all about playstyle and getting comfortable with this gun, and then you can have moments of success like that. We have 25 kills right now, and we're frying out. Just got our stealth chopper, able to take down another equalizer player. A couple more players in front of us. One off the objective. One in the back dead as well. See if we can get adjusted. As I mentioned, the worst part about this weapon is its difficulty to use, but if we continue to just get more and more comfortable with the weapon, I mean, we might be seeing this thing kind of putting in some work. Got a UAV going up. Really slow here on the strafe. I'm hoping to see a player peek in front of us. One going down is our opportunity to push forward, and we're going to do so. See if we can hold down this land. Enemies are going to be spawning up behind us. Definitely taking a player off of a heady with this gun is not going to be an easy task. GKS player in front of us. See if they turn the corner strafing. Teammates going down. We're going to go prone here just to cover our back. Got at least one player pushing behind us. Dude, but we are consistently one-tapping any player that's been shot before. I think that's mostly just because of the fact that this weapon does 55 damage per shot. Able to outgun a USS-9 there. Still multiple players in front of us. We're able to take down one. Another two are pushing. Still got one more here. Dang, going down. I mean, we're adjusting. We're adjusting, that's for sure. I think that high damage also helps out against equalizers because we've been taking a lot of them out so far this game. This is just our warm-up game, you know, first impressions. You know how it goes. But right now, the first impressions are definitely looking better than the beginning of the match. And just like that, game number one, picking up a victory. It didn't feel like a flashy game, but it definitely felt like one where we were getting a lot of kills. So right off rip, though, I do want to say this does feel like a usable weapon. I just don't know if it's something that's going to be better than the USS-9. I mean, we dropped 43 in a lobby where no one was even close to 20. So I guess that's a successful game number one. And we're back on Shoot House Hardpoint for game number two. I honestly really want to play with this gun on a map that's a bit more open, something like Nuketown or something. Like, it's still within that two-shot range consistency, but it's a much more easy map to just two-tap players from the open. Not seeing anybody off the start here in Junkyard has me thinking everyone rotate around. Saw one, so definitely confirmed my theory. So we'll start working on a flank. Able to take down one player who I'm assuming was a fresh spawn. Now we got a little bit of a pinch going here on the objective. Run with our teammate here. Go back to Junkyard. Thing about this weapon I'm definitely noticing is it feels good when you're two-tapping, but if it's not, that three-tap time to kill borderline feels unusable. Just aim higher, I suppose. And again, that's the part of the difficulty here of using the gun. I'd say it's definitely high risk, high reward, but that's, once again, kind of the problem with the current meta is guns like the USS-9 really are so skillless to use. You just kind of spray and pray, and most of your shots are going to be a three-tap and sometimes even two. With that being said, we just beat that player off the heady. I know they're going to be spawning up close, though. We'll pop the kinetic armor. Oh, they spawn behind me. We'll turn on them there. Nice little two-tap. Just got to continue to aim for the upper body. See if we can take anyone off the head. You're not able to do so. Put this UAV into the sky. Not sure where enemies are spawning out. Looks like they're close. And they're off the objective just like that. Ooh. Yeah, that man was hitting me with the movement. See if this guy's gonna peek up. I know there's a player close. I just saw him rotating around. Yeah, we got that kill all day. Back in the top position. Now, this is where we popped off on the last objective, the last game. So put this UAV up. Let's see if we can recreate it. Gonna slow walk here because we do have a player coming up the stairs. Able to two-tap them, take them out. And that's what I'm talking about, man. Close range, if you get that two-tap, it just feels unbeatable. Enemies are absolutely holding down the objective right now. There goes one. I think we've got control up top, so we got to push in here, get rid of that off the objective. Oh, I'm so dead. Nice teammate. It'll clear up the second. Oh, there's so many. It's also where I feel like we really struggle is just this gun feels so slow to compete if I have to push anybody. I would describe this weapon as like a winning more gun. And I know that makes no sense, but let me explain. It's not a gun that really will help you win games. It's not a gun that feels like something you want to use if you're going super tryhard like USS-9. But it's a gun that if you're winning, you would just win more with it because you're against players that you would already be beating with any other gun. So if you're going against players that are just significantly worse, you're going to get those two taps. You're going to feel like you're winning more gunfights. It's just a gun that won't do it against similar skill level players. Oh, but against players that you're way better than, yeah, you'll pop off. You'll have some fun with it. See if those players respawn up. Sounds like they did. Oh my god, and that slide out right there I think is a great example of the difficulty with this gun. Luckily we're able to make that kill happen. UAV going up. Nobody else over here, right? One in front of us. They're dead. Hey, well, we held down this objective and straight up brought it back. Straight up brought it back. How close are we here to our next streak? 109 points off of the stealth chopper. Let's see if we can make that happen. Enemies are going to be at the junkyard. I just don't know if they'll be looking for me here.
Friendly stealth chopper inbound. Capture the objective.
All right, teammate just grabbed that stealth chopper. Does it spawn them up behind me? It does. Luckily able to pick up that kill while they're shooting down the stealth chopper. We're just one kill away from getting another one ourselves. There it is. Put up the second stealthy. More players in front of us. Oh, our stealth chopper's putting in work right now. All right, I'm gonna attempt to push this here. Figured they'd be going to shoot off our stealth chopper. I saw that player hopping up. We're just gonna go ahead and sneak in the back here and hopefully grab spawns on the team not expecting it. Looks like we won't even need it though, because they're all just making a push forward. So if we get a couple of these kills, that should be the end of the game. We're able to make it happen. 10 points away. Even if we don't win on this objective, we've got the full rotation set. 2 players contesting. They lined up. They're both dead. We're just pre-firing now a little bit, keep them away. Only 1 contesting. He's gonna have 2 with him. There's 1. See if the second comes around. Nah, they might be rotating back around over here. Should be game. GG's. Well, hey, both games, it just felt like we weren't doing anything until, like I said before, we started winning. Then we just started winning more. We started popping off with the gun. I think that's exactly where I'd place it. Like maybe like a B tier weapon. I heard a lot of talk about the Lag 53 becoming the most OP gun in the game with this update. And I think there's a reason we haven't really seen it in rank too much since. I think it's got to be the fact that although it has the power to be really good, it's just not something that is easy to pick up and play with, which I probably sound like a broken record saying. But despite the new damage profile and the fact that the range was increased, it just feels like you have to be really, really good at aiming while also at long ranges, like being able to predict your opponent's movement because of how slow the velocity is. So at the end of the day, like a lot of guns, I'd say just stick with the USS 9, but in a more comparable weapon category, I'd say even just use the Odin. The Odin, although it'll probably 3-tap a bit more often than the Lag, it doesn't have that bullet velocity being a factor. So since it's a hit scan weapon, it tends to just feel a bit more consistent. But you know what? At the end of the day, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of the new updated Lag 53. Thank you all so much for tuning in. That'll do it here for myself, and I'll catch you all in the next one.